Okay, so today we are going to make fish curry. This is an Indian fish curry. I'm using fish as salmon. Here usually I'm in the US, so usually we get salmon is the best fish that I can get. I actually got a 12 to 14 pound big fish, cut it into pieces and kept it in the freezer. So I'm taking one batch out of it. So that's the fish. And then we have ginger, some shallots. I use 2 of these, little bit of the ginger, maybe half of this. And then I take about 8 cloves of the garlic. So all of this I'll be just chopping it here. I chopped it out into very small pieces, and then I'll be using this for the cooking. One of the things that I specifically use for this Indian fish curry is this is a special type of tamarind which you get in a southern part of India called Kerala. So this tamarind, usually you should find it in Indian stores. It gives that sourness. If you don't have it, you can replace it with a regular tamarind or tomatoes. But yeah, this gives the sourness that gives a good taste for the curry. So we're going to prepare the fish curry. I usually use a pan. Since my quantity of the fish is higher, I use a larger pan, but you can use depending on whatever you have. I'll turn the pan on, put some oil. I usually use coconut oil, which you get from Costco. So I use this about 2 tablespoons of the oil. And then I use mustard seeds. Once the oil starts to get heated up, add some mustard seeds so that it starts spluttering. Once that starts spluttering, I would use the chopped ginger and garlic and shallots. And for the spices, I use a couple of spices. I use chili powder. I use only 1 tablespoon of the chili powder to keep the spice level low. This is hot. And then I use a Kashmiri chili powder. This does not have heat. It's called Kashmiri chili powder. And I use more of this so that it gives that color. We use a little bit of turmeric. Turmeric is yellow in color, so turmeric powder. This is used in most of the Indian curries. Turmeric powder, and then a little bit of fenugreek powder. So you should find all of these spices in the Indian store. It's called fenugreek. You get it as seeds, you can powder it, or you might even get it in the form of powder. And those are the spices that we would need. Okay, so I've heated the pan. I kept 2 tablespoons of oil. I'm going to put in the mustard seeds. So they'll start spluttering. Once the mustard seeds start spluttering, I would add the chopped garlic, ginger, and shallot mixture. Add some curry leaves too. Some of these I'm adding now, some I'll be adding later. So saute it a little bit. Hardly takes probably like about 2 minutes. I will saute this. Once it is slightly sorted out, like light golden, you don't need to do it too much. I would be adding all the masalas. Okay, so I've been sorting this for about 2 minutes, so it's kind of good enough, I would say. Now we're going to start adding the masalas. So as I said, I use chili powder, not too much. If you want to make it more spicy, you can add more. I have a good quantity of the fish, so I'm adding a little bit of the chili powder to give it the red color. This Indian fish curry is it looks really red and spicy, but I use Kashmiri chili powder. It's just for the color. It doesn't give too much spice. So I'm adding 3 tablespoons of that. So I already added the chili powder, Kashmiri chili powder. Now I'm going to add the turmeric powder. And I'm stirring all of these in my regular small masala jars. A little bit of turmeric powder. And the last one is the fenugreek seed powder. You need very little bit of that. If you add too much, it might result in a bitter taste. So that's it. I'm going to saute this. I'll keep the flame a little bit low. Once you saute it, like a couple of seconds, I would add some water, plain water. So I'm adding a little bit water, and mixing it all up. Once this starts boiling, I would add a little bit of the salt, and then I can just add in the fish pieces. So as you can see now, the curry mixture started boiling. So I did not add the salt previously. I'm going to add the salt. I'm using 1 tablespoon. Now the quantity of fish that I'm using is slightly higher, so that's why you will see that my masala is also a little bit more. So now I'm going to add the fish pieces. So this is salmon. This is really good fish. We usually get a whole salmon, about 14 pounds, and then I store it like 4 different sections and use it. So this is a good enough quantity. So I'm going to add all the fish pieces in. Usually you get these in most of the Asian supermarkets where they sell fish. So once I add that, I would also be adding a tamarind. As I mentioned, this is a black color tamarind that you get in southern part of India called Kerala. This really changes the taste. It's a really good curry. So usually you should find it in all of the Indian stores. But if you don't find this, you can make it up for the sourness by adding tomatoes too. So this is I soaked it up in water, adding few pieces. And then I'm also adding curry leaves, and this curry leaves you can find it in the Indian store too, and also some people have it at their homes. Usually gives a good aroma. So I'm going to add all of this, and that's it. You would just keep it for cooking for about 15 minutes. It hardly takes 15 minutes to cook, and once that is done, that's it. You just turn it off. The curry is good for a couple of days, actually, I would say. Okay, so our curry is ready. Actually, it was cooked for 15 minutes and I turned it off. And as you can see, it's all red and good to go. And you can have it with some tortillas or Indian chapati. It goes really well with those.